Hi guys. So, I am coming to you today from my car. I went out for a walk and I was thinking about the next chapter of this channel. And I told you in the I'm back channel, content or video, that I was going to be sharing with you my excitement about what I've been learning in the past, well, more than a year now, almost a year and a half, and what my new career is. So I think you can probably tell a little bit that I'm now in the finance services, I guess, career. And I wanted to share that with you. So I am licensed to sell life and health insurances. And I have been focusing on the life insurance aspect of the business. And oh man, there is just so much information, beautiful information that I wished I had known a decade and a half ago, maybe even 2 decades ago. And I don't know, my life would have been different. My children's lives would be different now, financially, as it relates to life insurance. And so I'm going to create a new series that I'm going to title Did You Know About Life Insurance? And I know I'm doing another series called The 7 Fundamentals of Wealth Health that's completely different. That is just talking about money mindset. And this one will be actually talking about money a little bit more, and in particular, life insurance. So I guess in this video, I'm going to be sharing some of the did you knows about life insurance that I will be expounding on in previous, not previous, in future videos, right? So here we go. Did you know that life insurance is designed to cover more than just funeral expenses? It's the thing. Gone are the days when life insurance was just, a death benefit. These days, and for a long time, life insurance has life benefits. So I am going to be telling you more about those life benefits. There are a plethora of policies that you can get in life insurance. But the two main ones that people talk about are term and whole life policies, right? And within those, like under the umbrella of term and whole life, are a plethora, again, of policies that you could write, and that you could own in insurance. So term, I'm just going to be talking about those two now, term and whole life. So with term is what it says. Term, you're covered for a term, usually anywhere from 10 to 30 years. 30 years if you're younger, 10 years if you're older. I probably would prefer not to sell a 10-year policy, because if you're 70, you could still live to be 90, right? So but it's still your choice, but we would have a discussion about it because people are living longer. So with the term policy, you're basically buying a policy that is going to cover you for a term. But that has improved, because back in the day, at least when I was hearing about life insurance, and you were hearing about predominantly, or if not exclusively, term policies, right? And with those term policies, essentially you would have the policies for a term, and if you die within the term, let's say it's a 10-year policy, if you die within the 10 years, then your beneficiary gets the death benefit. And if you don't die, then you lose all that money. Honey, things have changed for the better. Now we have different kinds of term policies, including what is called a CBO 100. What that means is that you get back 100% of the premiums that you paid within the term should you not die. Or the CBO 50, you get back 50% of the premiums that you paid in should you not die. Unlike back in the day when you would get nothing. And those are just two options for a term policy. And there are even term policies with a cash value. Back in the day, no, that was a whole life thing. And whole life. So let's talk about whole life. So then the next most famous one is the whole life. And that basically is what it says. You pay that for your whole life, or that exists for your whole life. You could pay it for less. But that's a big one. It's more expensive than the term policy. And that one has a cash value that you can borrow from. You could borrow to do things with it. I'll be expounding on that a little bit more as we go on further. Did you know that you can get a policy without having to do a medical exam? You could purchase life insurance without having to do a medical exam. Did you know you can purchase a policy if you're obese, if you're a smoker, if you have cancer, if you if you're HIV positive? And did you know that you can even get a policy with some medical preconditions like high blood pressure? That's a big one. High blood pressure, diabetes. Some carriers will write you a policy if you have those preconditions. And I like this one. So before I go there, when I'm talking about the insurance that I'm talking about right now is private insurance. I'm not talking about the insurance that you get from your employer, because they tell you that that's yours, but technically kind of not is not, because if you change your job, it doesn't go with you, and 9 times out of 10, or 9.5, or 9 3/4 times out of 10, you're inadequately covered. So I'm talking about private insurance that you are paying for out of pocket. And did you know that is affordable? Insurance is very affordable. I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end. Did you know that you do not have to have a dependent? Yeah, you don't have to. But let's say you're a co-signer. You can get a policy and have that person who co-signs for you, say a student loan or a mortgage. So in the event that you were to pass away, that death benefit would help out to cover your share, or if not the entire loan, for example. And did you know you can have more than one beneficiary? Yes, you can. So don't be silly. So Malachi's outside the car. So yeah, you can have more than one beneficiary. So you don't have to choose between your partner and your mama, for example, or you can have all your kids on the plan. Did you know that some coverage can be adjusted? So what I mean, you have flexible coverage. So let's say, for example, Simone just started a job and she wants coverage, but she's not sure, how much she can afford now. She's certain that she can afford a certain amount now, but later on, Simone gets promoted. Simone can go back. Simone can purchase a flexible plan and then go back and adjust the plan and add more to it. And it's the same thing. Like if Simone were to lose her job, she can go back and reduce the premium payments. So that's also something to think about. Did you know that your policy goes into effect once you pay your first premium? It's a fact. So let's say you purchase a policy, and let's just say $100,000 in death benefits, okay? And or whatever the policy is. It might not be just for it. Maybe it's a whole life. But You pay your premium of $100 today, and God forbid you die tomorrow. Your beneficiary will get the $100,000. And if you chose to pay your premiums annually, so you paid, instead of paying $100 every month, you paid $1,200 up front, and you die tomorrow, your beneficiary gets the $100,000 plus the $1,100 that you paid in advance in premiums. And of course, I said this earlier, that life insurance is more affordable than you think. You can choose the amount of premiums that you can afford, and we find out what the coverage is, or you can choose how much coverage you want. So let's say, you can afford $90,000. We'll figure, $90 $90 annually. Annually, oh God forbid, $90 monthly, and then we'll figure out how much that will buy you. And if you know that you want, say, $500,000 in coverage, then we'll figure out how much it will cost you monthly in premiums. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. Also, did you know that you can cancel a policy? Yeah. So the difficulty of you canceling a policy depends on the type of policy that you have. So a whole life policy will be a little bit more difficult, and depending on when you want to cancel the policy, whether it's soon after or within like 2 years after, there could be a cancellation fee, but you can most definitely cancel a policy. And then I could talk about the free look. Did you know that there's a free look period depending on the state that you live in? After your policy goes through underwriting and you sign your policy, it's mailed to you if that's your preference, or emailed, and you go over the policy. Depending on the state that you live in, you can have anywhere from 10 to 30 days to make a decision whether or not you want to change things up or just cancel the policy overall. You're not committed to sticking to the policy. Anything can happen, and you could change your mind about something. We're hoping that you don't, but if you do, we'll have a conversation about it, and we can make the adjustments during that free look period. And lastly, did you know that the time to purchase life insurance is now? So you're thinking, okay, Natalie, you just told us that this is your new job, so of course you're going to want us to purchase life insurance. Yeah, true, but study shows that every year that you wait to purchase life insurance, the premiums grow 8 to 10%. So it all depends on your age. The older you get, the more expensive the premiums are. So it'll be cheaper for a 20-year-old versus a 70-year-old. Not to mention, if you buy the policy at 20, you're going to have way more money when you're 80 than if you were to buy a policy at 50, and you're going to have, less money versus the 20-year-old, right? Because the 20-year-old would have had 60 years and you only have 30 years. So if you want to get a policy, now is the time to get it, because you'll be saving more. And both ways, you'll be saving more in the payout and also in the premiums. So that's it, guys. If for now, I will be, like I said, expounding on these a little bit more in individual videos. But if you have any questions, or if you would like me to do an illustration for you, we could do a mock illustration. Essentially, it's just an estimate of what you can afford. Just let me know in the comment section, and I'd be happy to, get on the phone with you, or get on a Zoom call with you, or meet you in person and do an illustration for you to see what you can afford, or whether you want to, and we can have a discussion about whether or not you just want the final expense, or you want a term policy or a whole life policy, or, you know, but there's so much, guys. There's so much to talk about. Like, if you're a business owner, if you have an LLC, did you know that your business could purchase a life insurance for you? Yeah. There's so much more that we can talk about, that we will be talking about. But most importantly, don't wait, guys. If this interests you, if I said anything that you'd like to hear more about, just let me know in the comment section, and I'll reach out to you personally and have that information for you. So until next time, take care. Share this video. Subscribe. Oh, guys, please, I need subscription, because I need to have 50 subscribers to be able to do YouTube live. And some of these videos that I'm going to do, I want to be able to do them live. And I also want to talk to other people in the industry. I'm going to be interviewing other professionals in the industry. And even if, you know, I can get some people who have bought policies to have a conversation with me about it, then I'd also like to do that. But I need to have 50 people. So please, please, please help me to get 50 people. That's all I ask. Take care. Bye.